Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at cheap products, mainly this one, Chemical Guys Synthetic Quick Detailer. This is a Walmart special. It's about 10 bucks Canadian, and what we're going to compare it to today is a couple other detailers, 3 to be exact, of sort of different base chemistry. So the Chemical Guys is polymer based. It's written right on the front. That was the synthetic craze from back in the 90s to 2000s, is synthetic versus carnauba. It was polymer. Shiny Wax is ceramic and paraffin based. So this is kind of our wax competitor. I don't have, to the best of my knowledge, a straight carnauba detailer. I guess I could go get one, but I already started the video, so too bad. Geon's going to fill the role for ceramic detailer. I know I have other ones that fit that role, but that'll do just fine. And Adams will be the graphene detailer because this is the only graphene product I own. Yeah, shows what I think of those. The way we're doing this test is I have a test section here which has 2 colors on it. It's a lower door trim. Don't ask me how I get all these things, I just get them. But it's all painted, it's all factory paint. It's a plastic trim on the bottom of a door with a gray and black stripe. So, like you can see, this isn't plastic cladding black, it's flaked, it's properly painted. And then you've got down here the gray itself. So we'll be using the 2 and comparing each section across to see who is good and who isn't. And I'm not going to tell you who's who until after we look at the results. I need to sit overnight. I just applied these, but I want you to go into it without any preconceived notions. I want you to look at the performance based on the performance, not on the price tag, not on the brand, not on the packaging, the substantial amount of marketing wank like you get with every Chemical Guys product. And, you know, just go into it with a clear conscience, so to speak. Every product, you know, deserves its fair shake. And, you know, this stuff is $10. So if it's slick and glossy, but it doesn't last and it's beading's crap, it's not that bad. I mean, bead maker's basically that, and everyone loves it, and it's more money. So, and you have to use a ton of it to put on a layer. That's kind of why I don't own it. I don't want to use half a bottle for my base layer and have that last 2 weeks. It is super slick and it's super glossy. This stuff smells fantastic. It could possibly be the best smelling non-scent I've ever used. So if you really want just a slick and great smelling spray for after a maintenance wash, for 10 bucks you can't really go wrong, even if it doesn't have good beading or the gloss sucks, which from my initial looks, it seems really in line with everything else. You gotta pull the tape away to know for sure, but yeah, I am impressed with the slickness. I am impressed with the smell. And, you know, it's purple and the packaging is pretty, so you gotta give Chemical Guys credit there. Labels aren't cheap to design, I guess. But, yeah. So that's how it's gonna be. Those are the competitors. We're gonna look at the gloss, sort of, not so much fill, because that panel was 2-stage polish to get it as good as I can get. There's some deep marks in there, but overall, you'll get the gist of it. We will hit it with water to check hydrophobics, obviously, and we'll do some washing with just some regular car soap, because that's a little more in line with what a detailer is supposed to do. It's not supposed to last forever, so nothing crazy. All synthetic here. We're not doing any real world on the car testing right now with it, but we will check them on the panel and see how it goes and see whether or not for $10 it's worth your time or not. Alrighty? Anyway, till tomorrow when everything's cured. Okay, everybody, it is the next day, and we are going to look at the gloss here on the test section. These pieces of tape here are so you can see where the strips of tape were, because it is very faint. From up here with it zoomed out, you won't be able to see it, but I'm going to punch it in when we get down close here so you can see between. So we've got one section here, one here, and one here. This line right here is where it was not polished, so you'll see it looks much worse, but that's because this area here was not polished. That is what the original paint looked like. So we will get in over here. And so here's the first competitor and the second. And as you can see, it is very faint. We have another light here that might show it differently, but it is very hard to see. And we'll move it over here. So this guy again, comparing to this guy. Personally, between us girls, I don't see anything. It's just super faint. And then the last two, which is right here. This angle might be slightly better for showing it, but again, not by a lot. It's faint. It is so faint. And on that bombshell, before we reveal anything, don't worry, these are not the order they're actually in, so I'm not going to spoil it there. As far as slickness goes, after a day, they're all super close. I'm going to say this one's last. And seriously, it's a three-way tie between these ones. So competitor here is Geon ceramic detailer. This guy here, tax system. Down here, chemical guys. And Adams is on this spot here. So let me get this rejigged around here, get the water ready, and then we will look at the hydrophobics. Okay guys, we have the panel, or the old bucket of destiny, soap, and the detail factory brush here. It's just going to be car soap today. I just want to see if I can make any of a dent in any of these with just regular washing, because they're detailers. You shouldn't be beating on them. So first we'll do the initial check on the performance using the mist and the flood settings. And then from there we'll step it up and add in the soap, wash it 5 or so times, something like that, and then see how they sit and then get to the conclusion. Okay, so you can see there is some clear differences between our competitors here. Two surprises for me. Adams, which is doing a lot better than it looked when I first tested it out. No idea why. And of course, Chemical Guys being pretty crap. I mean, I haven't read through the marketing wank on the back of the bottle for obvious reasons. I'm sure in there it says something about crazy hydrophobic. That's not crazy hydrophobic. So I wasn't too surprised on that. Chemical Guys isn't known for their value-oriented products beating very well. But we're going to hit them with the soap. I'm just going to go over it a few times here. And then we'll rinse it off and see if anything changes, especially with a product like this. You know, this could wipe it right off. I've seen it happen before on low-end products. So either way, let's get into that and then I'll cut back after it's all done. Okay, so slight issue correction, but no big deal. I had to switch my brush because I forgot that when I prepped this panel, I had to tar and iron remove the crap out of them because they were pretty beat up from their life on the vehicle before getting replaced. And my Detail Factory brush still is holding on to some tar remover residue, so I gotta sit it in a bucket with some APC degreaser to let it soak and clean itself off. So first little hit on this side here, if you see any weirdly dead spots up here, that's probably some of the tar remover that could have been on there. I don't think it's actually going to do anything. It's designed for these types of purposes. So but what you'll see here between this guy, this guy, this guy, and this one is that these three are pushing the soap off, especially the Adams. It's doing a really good job, whereas the Chemical Guys is flooded. So I saved it for you, the removal of the soap, and we'll see what it looks like. Once again, Chemical Guys, you've really outdone yourselves here. I get it is $10, but these are $5 more. This one is $15 more, so credit there, but that completely flooded, like it's gone. And that is not the tar remover. That's just it, because this guy got hit with it too, and it's fine. So I don't even think I'm gonna go back to the bench to do the conclusion. I'm gonna do it right here. This product smells fantastic. It's quite slick, and the gloss testing we saw before, obviously it's a corrected panel. It looked fine. It looked fine. I'm sure if you smeared it all over your car, it would probably crisp up the looks a little bit. But besides the slickness and the smell and the price, you can't count on it for anything else. Like, really, you can't. Like, one wash with like a super pH neutral diluted down soap, and it's gone. And it wasn't there much at all to begin with. So if you just want like literally butter in a bottle that comes off like you put butter on your car, then yeah, maybe that's it. It'll slicken it up for you, and you'd be better off using it as a perfume or a scent, to be honest with you. So that's another good one to have sitting in the garage for a long time. I can't even give that away, it's so bad. Yeah, cool. That was fun. I'm detailing a car this weekend, so I don't know if I'm going to make content with that, but if I do, then we'll hope to see you there. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.